we want to work with the end in mind. See, because what he says, verse 7, rendering service with a good will as to the Lord, not to man, knowing that whatever good anyone does, this he will receive back from the Lord, whether he's bondservant or is free. He's saying, you got to keep this in mind. Whatever you do, you're gonna see the consequences of that, the reward or the punishment. He goes, you're going to receive back from the Lord. So it takes tremendous faith to go, I'm going to serve on this earth, because here's the truth. In a split second, any of us at any second, we're going to find ourselves no longer seeing all of this, and suddenly all you see is this holy God, and you're going to be face down before this holy being, and what are you going to care about at that time? What position you elevated yourself up to? No, he's reminding them, look, listen, masters, you've got a master in heaven, and any second, boom, you're going to be on your face before him, and that's when you're going to receive back from him. And so the faith to go, I'm not living for this life. My life could end today. I don't know if I'm going to wake up in the morning. I don't know if I'm going to drive home safely. It's up for grabs. And so God says, hey, whether you're a servant or a master, you're going to stand before God. And so embrace that servanthood, knowing that, because some of you are looking at this and go, well, if I do this, I'm kind of scared to do this because then people will take advantage of me. So, think about the reward forever in heaven as God is watching that and going, wow, look at that. She's remaining a servant. They're taking advantage of her. Great is her reward. So it takes faith. But we're just so not conditioned to think this way. It's like, I'm not letting anyone take advantage of me. You fight for your rights. And that's why people are offended by the Bible. They're going, well, God's just kind of saying, don't worry about it. And listen, obviously, you guys know I'm one that has been leading and helping the fight against slavery, especially human trafficking. I mean, it's just disgusting. It's horrible. And I'm not saying we don't fight those injustices. And that's when you're being sinned against in that way. No one deserves that. We fight for those people. And we give towards this. We serve them. So that's not what we're talking about here. I'm just saying when we are being put in a lower position and maybe being taken advantage of and working hard without the same amount of pay or whatever it may be, we've got to keep eternity in mind and go, wow, God, I serve a God who was mistreated, who was betrayed, all the things that Adam listed out before communion. That's my role model. That's my God. And what he says in Matthew 23, verse 11, the greatest among you shall be your servant. So in the end, God's going to be looking who really served, who really became like my son. That's why I saw in my life, oh shoot, I got caught up in some of these things. And I've lost some of that servant mentality. God, bring it back. Take me to another level. And if we could become a church, could you imagine if everyone in this church was trying to outdo each other in service? This would be an awesome place to be. Right? And I know some of you are, so it's a pretty good place to be. But it's just, what if that's just what the church was? A bunch of people that were really being like Christ and saying, what do you need? I want to serve you.